Early train into Victoria, off to see the museum, Household Calvery Museum, and thought we'd get up in nice and early, trying to avoid the worst of the crowds. Mind who they get. First impressions, doesn't look like as many people about.
Little Ben's apology for the summertime.
According to Google Maps on my phone, it's only 12 or 13 minute walk to Buckingham Palace, so while it's quiet, let's have a little wander around. Spooky. Where is everybody? It's still technically Christmas. God, I'd love to have a look inside these properties, wouldn't you? I'm sure I've seen this in a movie or film or something. A little bit of research I did before coming up here said that if you come on a cold day, the crowds are likely to be less and you get to see more. So it looks like could be lucky. It's cold today. Apparently, being up here on the Queen Victoria Memorial opposite the Palace is a great vantage point when the troops march down the Mall, because of its elevated position you get a good view. Okay, because it's so quiet, we decided to wander around to St James's Palace. Here it is, St James's Palace, the most senior royal palace in London. Opened in 1536. Quick mathematical calculation, I make that 488 years old. Princess Anne still lives here, I haven't seen her yet.
Here we are at St James's Palace. There's obviously people here already, look. A lot of people.
Why are they all on that side of the road? What do they know that I don't? A nearly 500-year-old palace surrounded by modern London. What did it look like? So what we're hoping to see here is the old guard being inspected by the captain of the King's Guard. That's odd. There's no music. I thought the band played. What's going on?
Look at all the people. I didn't think there'd be this many people. Madness.
No chance of seeing it at Buckingham Palace.
Absolutely no chance. Look at it. Let me go down this side, look. Blimey. I didn't think it'd be this busy.
Just managed to lean over the fence, get a good shot here. Lovely. The Blues and Royals on their way back down the Mall to Horse Guards Parade. Might try and wander down there later. Crikey, where do all these people come from? You can just about hear that police officer in the background. No more parade today. So much for it being quiet on a cold day. Well, there's definitely a huge sense of confusion at the moment. No one's going anywhere. Lots of people checking their phones, and there's no official announcement the event's been cancelled.
We've given up. We can't get anywhere near it. It's been cancelled. No one's got a reason why. And look at the crowds. Look. Give up. I remember standing there as a 6-year-old boy over there with my granddad, and he said, "Get back, get back, get back! They're coming, they're coming." And I said, "Who's coming? Who's coming?" And he said, "Look, turn around." And I turned around, and then they were right in front of me, going down there, down the Mall. The Household Calvery. And there was me, about that eye, looking up like that and thinking, oh my God, I want to be one of them. But I never did.
What's happening?
Somebody's just noticed the flags are at half mast. It's like Chinese whispers now.
Makes me think.
I can't begin to tell you how excited I am to be standing here this close to him. It's making me feel like I'm 6 years old again. Wow. Seems appropriate. Wow, look at that. Charge of the Light Brigade.
Something very strange up here today. Horse Guards Parade wasn't working properly, wasn't happening. The changing of the guard is cancelled today. It's never cancelled. All the flags are at half mast. Does anybody out there know what's going on? A lot of speculation in the air, and we're starting to think that something happened. It feels a bit odd.
Weird. All the crowds seem to have dissipated a bit. Nowhere near as busy as it was earlier.
Where are you going with my car? Put it back.
Figures made from oak, beaten copper and gold leaf. This is the original whipping post.
I think I've just found the most pointless building in London. Workmanship on the gun. It's incredible.
Although it clearly states on the plaque underneath the gun it's a Turkish gun, on the axle it says made in Dartford. So here we are in the Household Calvery Museum. I really want to come up and see what all the history is about. I've seen a couple of documentaries recently and you've seen them on the TV for the Queen's Jubilee, the funeral, the King's accession to the throne, and they're right forefront and centre of all the big ceremonial occasions. So just come up here and look at all the history. It's great. This part is a mock-up to give us a feel of the actual stables here at Horse Guards Parade. And then to the right you've got this huge glass screen where you can see through to the actual stables, but the glass screen's got this blue film over it so we can see through but they can't see us. Doesn't spook the horses.
King Charles was the second? 1660. The original wording, reading the right act.
Before the police existed, the Household Calvery could go around arresting people after reading them the right act.
Depicting the moment the Eagle Standard was captured by the Blues and Royals Regiment.
The Zetland Trophy, solid silver. It's so heavy it takes 4 men to lift it. And it's only a table centrepiece. And when they're not on ceremonial duty, they're back to their day job. Now we've just dashed out the museum really sharpish because the lovely lady in the museum said if we go outside now, we get to see a little bit of the changing of the guard. We missed it all earlier on, but we're going to catch a little bit of it now. Incredibly, the Household Calvery have served at every major conflict since 1860. And I only know that because I just read it. While we're standing here watching this, I'd just like to add that the museum is well worth a visit. Really informative, really interesting, loads of history, helpful staff, and it's only a tenner to get in. Bargain.
Guys, can you clear a path for me, please? Because he's about to come out right behind you. Right out of there.
I did read earlier whilst I was in the museum that although the uniforms do look fantastic, they weren't designed to look fantastic. They were designed to be protective and very hard to walk in. And watching the guys walk, you can tell it don't look that easy. I don't know where that comes from. I've got to just mention also the armed police officers everywhere. All the time we've been walking around London today, you've seen them everywhere. And I can't help think what on earth has happened to our country that that's now necessary. It didn't used to be like that. I don't remember it being like that when I was little. I'm sure it wasn't. We're just heading back to the train now because my arthritis has really started to kick in. Been on my feet all day. God knows how many steps I've done, but my hips hurting, my back's hurting, my ankle's starting to swell. Definitely time to call it a day before I seize up.
The old surrounded by the new.
Just starting to lose a light, but the buildings look better lit up.
Yep, I thought it was.
No, don't want a selfie, thanks.
On the train, after a very exhausting day, I didn't remember just how exhausting coming up here can be. Still don't know why the changing of the guard was cancelled. Can't find any evidence to see why it would have been cancelled. And that was a shame, but even if it hadn't been cancelled, we wouldn't have been able to see it. So many people, thousands of people. But it's nice to come up, look around. The museum was great. Relived a few boyhood memories, but I'm not so sure I like London so much anymore. It's just too busy. Too busy.